You know, every time a movie like this comes around, I really always wonder how the white actors feel about saying the word nigger.
Yeah, fast like a Tesla, you want all my love, better catch it. Little baby, you falling in love in my heart. Got a key for your mom, but it's also a weapon. Ooh, hey, ooh, hey.
Harriet is a biographical film about a slave turned abolitionist, Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman. Harriet is a biographical film about Harriet Tubman, a slave turned abolitionist who tried to bring as many slaves to the North as possible without getting caught. Now, for those of you that are dumb and don't go to school, stupid, Harriet Tubman is basically this grand figure in history that did the impossible, bringing slaves to the North. Like, now, for you history buffs like me, I love history. I was always good in history, and I just like the fact that you're mixing some of my favorite things together, acting and movies and history. I'm all there. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. It's a party. It's a party. It's not a fun party. it's not. Slavery wasn't fun. I mean, at least that's what I think it wasn't fun. Who am I kidding? We still get slaved out here today in these streets, man. There's no going around it. This film stars Cynthia Érivo, and is directed by Lemmons. And let me tell you something, I had no idea that this movie was even out. The only reason I ended up seeing it was because my family was going to... Sorry, my camera died. But yeah, the only reason I ended up seeing this movie was because my family was going to see this movie. And I was like, wait, that came out? I mean, shoot. Like I said before, I love history and I love movies and I love acting, so might as well go see it with them, right? So I just tagged along, and I'm glad I did tag along because this movie is a pretty good movie. Cynthia Érivo was, or I'm not sure if I'm butchering the name or if I'm saying it correctly. I don't usually butcher names, so it's alright. But Cynthia Érivo, she did a phenomenal job. Phenomenal. She played the role with such gumption and such drive that you actually believe that she was Harriet Tubman. Now, Harriet Tubman, you know, historically looked a lot different than Cynthia Érivo. I mean, Cynthia Érivo is a lot more aesthetically pleasing, if you want to put it that way, but shoot, Harriet Tubman is a badass in history, and she deserves to have a movie of her own. When it comes to movies like this, when it comes to movies that are based on periods and especially when it comes to slavery, you know, it can be very controversial. My cousin doesn't even like these movies. She hates watching movies about slavery because I guess it just brings her down. Not everybody likes these movies, and I understand that, but you know, there are a lot of people that do like these movies, and I also understand that, me being one of them. I think it's right for us to show, using one of our biggest platforms, what history is, and this is what it does, and this is what the movie does. It shows you a piece of history, dissects it, shows you how this person became the person that they are known as in history, and it's just something that's very pleasing to watch. I can't tell you how many times I've heard claps in this movie. I'm serious. I'm so fucking serious. I don't think I've heard that many claps even in Avengers Endgame. And you know how many people clap in that. I don't know if it's just because, like, it's just very inspiring to see a black woman ride in with a bunch of other black people, and, you know, they just trek the earth to come to the North and escape whatever prison that they've been coming from, which is slavery. It's something so poetic in that, you know, knowing that I gotta do this. It's a long journey. I mean, most of the time, we see her journey. You know, we see how she escaped. I don't know if this is really, if you want to consider it a spoiler, but you don't really see a lot of the, you know, you don't see the journey like 3 or 4 times. Like, she goes back a lot of times for people, but you don't see the same journey again. You don't see her going through water and all that stuff with them. Now, there is a scene where they do go through water, and it is one of the most beautiful scenes I think I've seen all 2019. No joke. Now, if you hear that bullshit going up upstairs, I'm sorry. It's not my fault. And it's hard to really make people laugh in a movie like this because it is on such a touchy subject. But there are quite a few laughs in this movie, I'm not gonna lie. There's one funny part where a guy just falls off his chair and people just start laughing. I don't know why, but you know. Don't see it for yourselves. Honestly, I think this movie is worth a watch. It's definitely worth a watch. I think you should go pay money to go see it. It's, you know, if you can't support this, then why'd you support Lincoln? You know? Why'd you support 12 Years a Slave? You know, it's technically the same thing, just with a female lead. Funny thing is, it didn't even feel like a very long movie. It's actually 2 hours. It didn't feel that long. It actually, the pace was pretty good. And I'm not gonna lie, I felt like the movie was an hour and a half, but it was actually 2 hours. But that's how smooth it was. Now this movie is doing terrible in the box office right now. I mean, I think it's been out for a while, but let me just check. It came out November 1st. It's only been out 9 days, and it just made back its budget. But I think people just don't know that the movie's out, because I didn't know that this movie was out. But it's a good movie. Go check it out. If I were to grade it, I'd say I'd give it a 83%, so a B-, and then that's really it, you know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Vinci from iPleatheTV. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Vinci from iPleatheTV. Signing off. Go have a good weekend. Love you guys.
Swimming in money, I found better fishes, yeah.
I got the key to your body, your heart, your mind, your soul. You got me thinking I fall in love and it never gets old. Baby, I'm drowning in love, just promise you'll never let go. And fuck what they speaking of, they don't wanna see you go.